I have gone on record defending so many different things that I knew were going against the public popular opinion. I'm talking about things like Artifact RNG, the resin system, even the goddamn anniversary, which, you know, it's easy to tell that's going to piss a lot of people off if you defend it even remotely. But this new daily commission system is really disappointing. It's very easy to be disappointed by something that's existed in the game for a long time that you want to change, you know, lack of artifact loadouts, not having proper buff timers or buff display for really anything. But to be disappointed by a new, what is supposed to be quality of life feature is something that is rather new for me. So if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, in the 4.1 developer livestream, they talked about the alternative daily system. But I think to really understand the disappointment, you need to follow the full timeline, which is very short, I promise. So August 2nd of 2023, we get a developer discussion on the Hoyoverse website. And at the very bottom, it says, with the release of the new version, travelers will also get to explore tons of new content. The dev team has also noticed that the current daily commission mechanics are not flexible enough. What we'd like to share here is that the relevant optimizations are currently in the pipeline. When the time comes, travelers will be able to obtain daily rewards in a new format. We will introduce the details to you in future discussion. Now, while this didn't say much, I think it was cause to be excited. While it may not have been the most exciting thing listed in that developer discussion, we have, in my opinion, a perfect blueprint for an alternative daily system in Honkai Star Rail. A fact that is not lost on many players these days with all the comparisons between Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, especially when it comes to quality of life. But we'll get to that part soon. About a month later in September, shortly before we actually get the 4.1 live stream, we get another little news posting from Hoyoverse. And this says, starting from version 4.1, after travelers complete a quest, participate in an event, carry out exploration, and collect materials, travelers will earn encounter points. And these points can be exchanged for the same rewards as from daily commissions. Sounds great, right? Carry out exploration and collect items. That mean I can kill some Whopper flowers and, you know, pick up their items and get daily progress because I also need Whopper flowers?
You're crazy!
Well, let's move on. Now we just need to jump ahead a little bit to the 4.1 live stream that, as of recording this, happened 4 days ago. In this live stream, it's where we got the full details of what this new daily alternative system entails. So methods of obtaining encounter points, complete quests. This includes Archon quests, story quests, world quests, or invitation quests. The encounter points you gain will depend on the length and type of said quest. Okay, so this part of it is like, it's not that good, right? You know, you don't have that many quests to complete on a daily basis. If you're somebody who kind of splurges the exploration on day one, you probably don't have a lot to do, period. So on those days when you finally feel like exploring or a new region comes out or something, it's basically like a free day where you don't actually have to worry about your daily commissions because they're going to be completed like this. All fine and dandy, right? Okay, whatever. I don't really care about this, but it's something. And to speculate on this a little bit, I would hope that something long like an Archon quest or a character story quest would count as multiple, if not all of your dailies. And I would think a really quick world quest that only takes maybe a few minutes probably only counts as one. I would hope at bare minimum you're getting one daily completed for that. Okay, now here is where things really start to turn to shit. Remember when they said collect items? Oh yeah, maybe it just means go collect some Whopper flowers, pick up some Ascension materials, all the stuff you kind of want to do anyway. No, it's none of that. It's not even shit like get crystal flies or mine ore. No, it's only get Lost Oculus, Lumenspire, Crimson Agates, the things that are all just like Oculus. They're finite. There's only so many of them in the world, which means eventually this part of this system is going to be meaningless to you. And at a certain point, Oculi becomes so hard to find that it makes no sense to do that over just doing a simple daily. And moreover, this punishes the people who actually want to play the game, people who enjoy the exploration and end up doing a lot of it in a short period of time. They run out of this. It is no longer an option for them. Okay, so the collecting items is a total bust. That is a shit show. Next up is opening chests. Oh, what a surprise. Another finite one, and really punishes anybody who actually plays the new region a lot when it comes out, which is crazy because that's the biggest content drop. Most people are going to be excited for it and probably do quite a bit of it. And finally, the last part is events. Take part in events, can complete event objectives, and obtain rewards to obtain corresponding encounter points. This one is sadly probably the best one. Once again, like the previous ones, this has a problem of being a finite way to get encounter points. Events aren't rolling 24/7. Sometimes we have no events. Sometimes the event that's going on just doesn't really have much to it. Honestly, like, they picked some of the worst activities to put in this. And for those of you who don't play Honkai Star Rail, let me show you what could have been. In Star Rail, they work on a system where you get to pick and choose as well. Much like Genshin's, is trying to go to. The difference is Honkai Star Rail always offers you an array of activities in a daily window. Each one is worth a certain amount of points, and you just need to add up to 500, and it's an incredibly easy system, often meaning that Honkai Star Rail dailies take me about a third of the amount of time as Genshin dailies do. They are insanely quick and easy. I'll put up a list of all the activities on the screen now with what I would consider one-to-one comparisons with Genshin and what they could have done. Things that actually reward the day-to-day gameplay that any player can participate in, regardless of level of progression. Not to mention that there's so many more that Genshin could have done that Honkai Star Rail just can't. I mean, I really thought this alternative system was going to reward exploration as it said. Exploration meaning anything like mining ore, collecting crystal fly, gathering artifact spots, killing elites, killing regular mobs, looting ascension materials, things that we are constantly doing because we're always upgrading characters. You know, there's also spending resin, weapon domains, talent domains, artifact domains, ley lines, hell, even just condensing it. There's so many different things they could have done, so much variety they could have introduced, and instead they somehow went with the worst iteration that I wouldn't have even imagined would have been the case. It's rather disappointing because after doing the current daily system for 3 years, it's a little tiresome. I mean, it wasn't ever too fun to begin with, but we love the rewards. I'm never going to stop doing them because the rewards are very good for the time invested, especially in the scope of Genshin's reward system as a whole. And for the longest time, I didn't exactly complain about them. There are always dailies I hated doing. Every region has a set of dailies that I absolutely cannot stand. You know, we're talking about Junkichi's stupid ass book in Inazuma. Basically, everyone in Fontaine, there's always some quest that's like actually a small world quest and they drive me nuts. I honestly just think it would have been a far better system if they just gave us like 6 dailies a day or 8 dailies a day and let us pick the 4 we wanted to do. Hell, make 4 dailies active in every single region so that we can pick the easiest ones, or maybe, you know, just have a better chance at getting some of the stupid ass RNG achievements that are tied behind daily commissions that may never show up. As things stand right now, this new daily system that we're getting is most rewarding to the type of player who only plays this game maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and maybe not even for the entire duration of a patch, or even not the entire time during a full version. You know, people who maybe play for version like 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, and then they don't come back until Fontaine came out. The people who are constantly wading through an ever-growing backlog but still play the game. Those are the people who benefit from this system the most. And the people who play the game all the time, love the exploration, and really just love to do it all in a few days or maybe a week, they are punished, as always. Like, okay, I get it, it's not that serious, it's just some daily commissions. You know, we can still do it the way we've always been, as much as it may suck. It doesn't take that much time, it's not that serious. But that doesn't mean it's not disappointing, and you can't be pissed off that we got this stupid monkey's paw version of it. If you fully understand the system and it still excites you, I mean, good for you, I guess. I'm happy that it's something that you enjoy, but I think for most players, this is going to miss the mark massively. But maybe they just explained it poorly. Maybe there's more to it, but they showed us a picture of the in-game UI that explains things in pretty clear English, and it doesn't look good. But, you know, I guess I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you happy with this? Because I saw a lot of people that were, but there were a lot of people who I had to point out, you know, what the system actually entailed, and after they really learned it, they were like, oh, I guess it's not that good. But in any case, thank you to you for watching. Thank you to my members, my patrons, for supporting me as always, and I'll see you in the next one.
Attaboy!